That's great. Uh, let's one down now. Let's go politics. I know that if there's one thing that brings out that passion and fire in you,
Yeah.
it's when we're talking politics and state of the nation.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
Last week, the election tribunal finally passed its long-awaited judgment,
Yes.
and I'm sure you must have had time to go through those contents and digest all of the details. What's your take on the judgment?
To be honest, when it comes right from the beginning of the entire process, I'm someone that has not really put in a lot of faith in our judicial process or in the government, as it were. And when I say government, I'm talking about all of the arms of government: executive, legislative, and judiciary. And then the parastatals of government agencies, as it were. I just feel there's a high level of corruption in those places, and that at the end of the day, things happen because they have been wired to happen that way, not because they are the right way that it should happen. So, my take on the judgment, in all honesty, the some segments had the facts. Some were from the get-go. Some they were right in some areas, wrong in some areas. Is a long thing that I cannot go to. But the summary of what I want to say is, I don't think I was expecting anything different. From what we have. Yeah, I don't think I was expecting anything different.
So you agree that the Labour Party should move to the Supreme Court to seek the justice that it couldn't get?
It's not. At the end of the day, who is really going to decide the justice that we ought to get? Everything is so tricky. Why? Because even beyond Labour Party, PDP too is there, thinking that they have also been cheated. What I'm saying now is, if the election was free and fair, it will be easier to decide on these things. It will be easier to weigh in on these matters. But the foundation is very faulty. The foundation, even if Labour Party goes to Supreme Court, PDP goes to Supreme Court, our structure, as of now, or as how it has always been, does not really allow for the independence of the judiciary. I mean, there are powers where there are powers. So who calls the shots? And what would the Supreme Court do any differently? I'm sorry, I don't think the Supreme, even if when the case goes to the Supreme Court, I don't think anything will change as per the decision. I don't think anything will change. Nah.
As someone who has clearly expressed your displeasure for the process that brought in the President Bola Tinubu government, have there been a few things that you would admit the government has done? Because I won't be surprised if you say you do not agree with a lot of things, but are there a few things that you would agree? Oh, yes, the government has done this, the government has done that. Are you fairly impressed with the performance of the president so far?
Yes, I have been. The starting has been very good. Well, maybe not very good. The starting has been good. And there has been some changes. See, at the end of the day, I'm about the growth of Nigeria. Did I want APC to come into power again? Absolutely not. But right now, they're in power as it is. And as Nigeria is concerned, they're in government. The charge is that they do right by the people. If they are doing the work as they ought to, and they realize that the people have a right to say that they are not doing it right, I don't think we'll have any problems.
Oh,
So far, so good. There have been some things that the government is doing that is right.
Okay.
And I want to urge them to continue in that light. But understand that they work for the people, they serve the people. They're not doing the people any favor. So I don't appreciate when they do things, that's the APC government, and there are some ministers coming out and being making it seem as if they have done us a favor. No, you are working for the people. You are there because you want to serve the people. If in your head you are doing the people a favor, then you are not supposed to be there. So far so good. I think it will be wrong or unfair to say that you have not seen certain changes. We are not there yet. We are not near there yet. But from what we had before, there's a little change.
Oh, fantastic. Let's wrap up with these two questions. One, how concerned are you that this whole thing has thrown up, a lot of, you see, toxicity on ethnic issues?
Yes.
You go on social media, the regions are fighting, attacking the Batified, the Yoruba against Igbo and all that. How concerned are you that this whole thing appears to be, going out of line?
It's a big shame, and majority of those who should share in the shame would also be the political leaders, and we also have to hold ourselves accountable, because pre-election and even during the election, we said that everyone has a right to vote for whoever they believe can do the job. That's your right as a citizen of the country. But when you now enable for people to be bullied because they have refused to align with a certain political party, then you are setting a very, very terrible precedent. Because now what we have, it will be very hard to cleanse it. It has sparked a lot of tribal hatred amongst ourselves. So at the end of the day, where I say we need to hold ourselves accountable as a people is because we have also failed to understand that what comes first is us as Nigerians. A lot of people say that, oh, there's no Nigeria, we should divide, let them go this way. But right now, if they ask you, you will say you are a Nigerian. And when you recite your pledge, you say you pledge to Nigeria, your country. So I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest. To serve Nigeria with all my heart. So is Nigeria your country? Tomorrow, if it's not agreed, everybody, everybody should separate. Good. But right now, as it stands, so that is what I expected should overpower any tribal differences. That's what I expected the people should have always reminded themselves of, that it is Nigeria first, and that what we all should be assiduously working towards is the growth of Nigeria, our country. But even public figures, celebrities, a lot of people, because you want to support a certain candidate, threw a caution to the wind, allowed for people to be bullied. Personally, I'm a victim. If I talk, people curse me, curse my parents, call me bastard, different names. And I have never for once come out then or even till now and say, don't vote for this person. I only just did come out to say, this is who I will vote for. But I always still say with caution that anybody that you want to vote for, so far you know that that person will do the job, why not? But a lot of people did not do that part. They instead chose the part of recklessness, and they are to blame for a lot of tension that we have now.
Finally, where does all of this come from? Your passion for that hunger to see justice, that hunger for good governance, that hunger or desire to be on the side of what is right at all times. Where did all of this come from? Was there any part of your childhood that shaped you into?
Well, my dad is a journalist, and so he writes a lot. You wouldn't catch him talking much and going out there and saying this or that, but anything he has, anytime he has something to say, we just write it down and they publish. So I've always known that. But then growing up also, just understanding that I always say that as human beings, we all deserve to be treated with respect and dignity until proven otherwise. Because some people do prove otherwise. I mean, you treat someone with respect and dignity, and then they now show you that but naturally first, and that for me, that's the religion of love which I practice.
Correct.
Everybody must be treated with respect. Everybody must be treated with love. Love your neighbor as yourself. You know, people say money makes the world go round, but I always say it is love. Only love can make the world go round. Because when you treat people with love, you don't want to do something to hurt this person. So when you love by you won't do some certain things because you are living by that principle of love and respect for human beings like yourself. So it has always just been the culture of, look, we all deserve better. And again, the nation is ours. At the end of the day, people ask me, boy, sometimes it gets tired. It gets tiring because even pressure from my parents alone, my mom, but it has always been me from school. Anything, you can't cheat people where I am. I will speak up because everybody has the right to good life. It's not only for one. It's already bad that people are cheated even right at birth. The system is rigged against them. Some already have it all. Why the common man has to struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, we have been so blessed that we don't need to struggle. The people need to live, not survive. So every time in Nigeria, we say, I shall not survive, I shall not survive. Even Nigerians now take pride in saying that if you can live in Nigeria, you can live in anywhere, every day, and just struggle. Why? Now, why you live every day of your life? You are saying you want to wake up tomorrow and struggle. Meanwhile, some people have cornered the nation's wealth, the commonwealth of the people. They have cornered it. Billions of dollars. It is absolutely ridiculous and unnecessary. It's greed. And that's why I always talk, like I said, I said we also have a part to play. But I always still talk about the leadership. Because at the end of the day, leadership is selflessness, it's service, it's sacrifice. Through discipline and integrity to the people that you are sworn to serve and protect. Anything contrary is fraud. So, by nature, we are all selfish, we are all greedy. By nature, you want to have everything for yourself. So it takes that discipline and it takes the knowledge that there is God and the knowledge that your fellow human beings deserve better for you not to go and corner over $100 billion or something and put somewhere and you see common people struggling. So we all need to do better. Yeah, and just understanding that the life can be better for all of us. It is sweeter that way. Everybody cannot be a millionaire or billionaire, but at least let people be comfortable.
Let bits of it go.
Yes.